Welcome to Academic Gain Tutorials. In this video, we will look into the differences between economic growth and economic development. Economic growth refers to the rise in the value of everything produced in the economy. It implies the yearly increase in the country's GDP and GNP. In percentage terms, economic growth is often contrasted with economic development, which is defined as the increase in the economic wealth of a country or a particular area, for the welfare of its residents. Here, you should know that economic growth is an essential but not the only condition for economic development. So, let's look into the basic differences between economic growth and economic development in a tabular form. Difference number 1. Economic growth is the positive change in the real output of the country in a particular span of time economy, whereas economic development involves a rise in the level of production in an economy along with the advancement of technology, improvement in living standards and so on. Number 2. The concept of economic growth is much narrower than economic development, whereas economic development is a much broader concept. Number 3. Economic growth enables an increase in the indicators like GDP, per capita income, etc. On the other hand, economic development enables improvement in the life expectancy rate, infant mortality rate, literacy rate and poverty rates. Number 4. Economic growth is a short-term process which takes into account yearly growth of the economy, but if we talk about economic development, it is a long-term process. Number 5. Economic growth applies to developed economies to gauge the quality of life, but as it is an essential condition for the development, it applies to developing countries also, whereas economic development applies to developing countries to measure progress. Number 6. Economic growth can be measured in a particular period, whereas economic development is a continuous process so that it can be seen in the long run. Number 7. Economic growth results in quantitative changes, but economic development brings both quantitative and qualitative changes. Number 8. Economic growth is an automatic process, unlike economic development, which is the outcome of planned and result-oriented activities. And difference number 9. Economic growth can be measured in a particular period, whereas economic development is a continuous process so that it can be seen in the long run.